Fiction Metro presents Lost Art by Vincent Edward Gaydrix. Chapter 2. Near Witherly Mansion, Amanda stayed vigilant for anyone following them. She had done so ever since they had left the highway. A car had trailed in the distance for 2 miles, but it was difficult to prove the driver's intention. "This is it," Kit said. The mansion's silhouette stood under the moonlight that glimmered off Northern Bay. Amanda parked at the front door and looked back down the driveway. The car that had trailed them rolled slowly past, she thought a little too slowly. They stepped out of the car, and the scent of cool air greeted them. Undoubtedly, Witherly Mansion was worth a fortune. Amanda had to do everything to keep Kit focused on what was real. An unusual predicament, she thought to herself. "I've never seen a place like this," Amanda said. "The mansion is so close to the water." It was built in 1922. I learned the history of the mansion from my mom. In high school, she did some research and found old newspaper articles about the place and the man who built it. He was a businessperson with a precarious reputation. He used a unique aspect of the mansion's design to hold out against prohibition. "How so?" "Let me show you before we go inside." They walked around to the back of the mansion and then onto the stone pier that doubled as its foundation. The breeze blew strong off Northern Bay. "He supposedly came up with the idea after a trip to Italy," Kit said. "The pier is made of stone blocks and concrete. But it's actually hollow. I'm trying to remember what my mom called it. Something like boathouse or boat well." "That's it, a boat well?" "A boat well." Kit nodded. The pier stood about 15 feet above the surrounding ground and shoreline. Looking over the side, Amanda saw where the beach gave way to water. Under the silvery moonlight, the stone pier appeared to float like the hull of a ship. They walked to the end of the pier. The structure intrigued Amanda. "You can get a better view of the entrance if you lean over the side," Kit said. "What am I looking for?" "If you lean over far enough, you'll see a stone archway with a metal door." Amanda leaned over the side. The top of the arch was 5 feet below her. "Yes," Amanda said. "I see rivets in an old door. Being out here is like standing on the bow of a ship." Amanda leaned back up. "Yes," Kit said. "During Prohibition, boats floated through and delivered secret cargoes of alcohol. The builder's plan worked until he died one night after he fell down a flight of stairs here in the mansion. Soon afterwards, Prohibition ended. When the new owners bought the house, they sealed up what lies underneath this pier. That door has remained shut for nearly a century." Amanda looked back at the mansion. Kit groaned and winced. "Are you sick?" Amanda asked. "I don't feel well," she said. "You don't need to be concerned with it." Amanda thought it otherwise. "It was like a dark, invisible force was trying to smother me." "Why don't we go inside and get a good night's rest?" Amanda asked. "Don't forget about our agreement." "How could I?" "You have to be honest with me if you experience something." They pulled their luggage from the trunk and walked to the front door. Amanda looked at the road in the distance. Another car passed slowly at the end of the driveway, in the opposite direction the earlier one had gone. Amanda thought the driver was definitely trying to see what they were up to. Inside the mansion, the air was chilled and smelled musty. Dim light glowed off the opulent bronze fixtures. Amanda set her suitcase at the base of the staircase banister. "It's a little ritzy in here," she said. "I'm more of a minimalist myself. But I find the furnishings and architecture fascinating." Kit pointed leftward at the double doors. "That's the gallery where the paintings were stolen," she said. Then she pointed straight ahead at a door about 40 feet away. "That door leads to the dining room. Beyond that, you'll find the kitchen." They carried their luggage up the staircase to the second floor. Kit took Amanda to a bedroom. She turned on 2 old dim lamps. Amanda thought the room was more like a museum exhibit of Victorian-era furniture. "Get a good night's sleep," Amanda said. "You too." Kit pulled the door closed behind her. Amanda undressed and slipped into her nightclothes. She crawled under the thick duvet on the bed, closed her eyes, and fell asleep. This has been a Fiction Metro production of Lost Art, written by Vincent Edward Gaydricks. Lost Art is also available as an ebook by Fiction Metro. Visit us at fictionmetro.com. Thank you for listening. Text copyright 2022 by Vincent Edward Gaydricks. All rights reserved.